Drinking tripping. And hi guys, May 26th, 5:28 a.m. I'm doing a total reset today. I'm gonna take a 2-hour shower. I'm gonna cut all of this out because I will be changing my hair. This is long overdue. I just had to wait until finals is over. I could not worry about this during finals, but it's literally a random mess. So I had to wait. A reset for me today and hearts. You want to see my sunrise on the reaping casting thing I did? During the District 12 reaping one, what's his name? Like Winston, I think. Like, if that is, I read this months ago during finals week. When Winston, it actually wasn't during finals week. I read it like it was like a bit before finals week, but I was like frazzled and everything. So he was on screen for like 2 seconds. Okay, don't blame me. Runs and then shock. I'm applying to be an extra standing here while he runs and gets shot. Okay. I hope I get picked. That was really fun.
Hey guys, today I just wanted to talk about AI and jobs. Probably not what you're like really used to in terms of like AI and like the doomsday approach a lot of people take. I've talked about this before in one of my other Get Ready With Me videos, but it was like short form, and this is gonna be my official, more like episode 1 of it all. So to me, AI is like a step forward, right? Like we shouldn't be afraid of progress, and I do mean this in terms of, yeah, I know there have been times where progress has fucked us all over. You know, World War II is a great example of this. But progress in terms of, hey, we can use this to do so much good, we should at least try and make sure this good can still be done, okay? Like, AI has the opportunity to change the world for like so much, to do so much like better, right? Like, it's a step forward for us. It can be a step forward as long as we all, and I do mean all collectively, agree there has to be limitations, agree that we should be able to use it to do these things. Like, there are a lot of jobs in which nobody wants to do, but people still do because we need someone to do it, because it pays well, because people still need jobs, people still need money, and sometimes, hey, this is the only thing I can get. This is the only thing I can get. I need to pay for my family. I need to pay to live, and then that's just what ends up happening. And I know this is gonna sound very idealistic, and I know this is gonna sound idealistic, but this is like best case scenario personally to me, right? Is a world where AI takes over the jobs nobody really wants to do, or that are really, really dangerous. Okay, when all these jobs are left to AI and humans are left to their like own devices and left to say, hey, you're allowed to choose whatever jobs you want. And I know what you're thinking now. If you're left to choose any job you want, why would you still want to work? And to this I say, we see this from a lens of people who have been forced to work, knowing you're going to have to work since birth. Got my first job at 15, had to work since, had to do school and work. And I take classes, and I enjoy the classes. I would enjoy them so much more if I didn't have this overwhelming doom of having to work, overwhelming doom of having to make money afterwards. It would be so much better if I could just focus on school, because I like learning, and I like thinking of the fact I'm going to be able to help people afterwards with what I learned in this class or in my classes. And I think if left to our own devices, if from birth we are taught you are allowed to do whatever you want to do, whatever job you want to do, I think that is going to open up a door to just so many more people who want to be engineers, who want to be doctors, for the sake of just being engineers, for the sake of just being doctors. It'd be like, I can't even like describe just the joy, like just imagine, like I know this sounds so idealistic, but just imagine a world like that. Like, the world is actually your oyster, you know? I think that when it comes down to it, like, of course there's so many people who want to be like engineers and doctors, even if it's hard, because there's passionate artists. The type of art that is going to come out of just being able to do art from anybody, that is going to be amazing. I can see it, bro. The video games that would come out, the Manga I'd be able to read. But oh my god, just imagining it makes me want to smile, makes me want to live in this world. Because art, when left to anybody, oh my god. It's best case scenario to me. That is a perfect world. Okay. And I get it, in terms of like population, like, is that feasible in the grand scheme of things? In the grand scheme of like, hey,
nobody wants me there. I want you there, bro. Oh my god, they're kissing, guys. We're 37 minutes into the pilot episode. Episode 1. They said fast burn. I mean, they made like 20 minutes ago. They just went on a motorcycle ride. Maybe I haven't watched too many K dramas lately. Like, first episode? I'm flabbered. I'm gasted.
In terms of how populations are currently going, I do know, we can't keep exponentially just increasing, right? Like, Earth is finite. We're not going to just be able to just keep exponentially growing in population. And we're already seeing a decreasing trend in like first world countries, places like Japan and South Korea, where eventually women, like, once they receive education and good healthcare, don't have as many kids as in, let's just say, like, less developed countries. And in turn, the population, like the birth rates, fall below 2.1, which is what you need to like naturally increase in a country in order to like grow well. And once it falls below that 2.1, you start to have economic problems eventually. At least you'll have economic problems, your GDP, like your social security, things like that. It's not going to be pretty in terms of like that, right? And we're gonna have to come to the conclusion that, hey guys, overpopulation isn't what we thought it was going to be, and we're gonna have to find solutions to jobs like that, in which aren't going to be able to be filled by people anymore because there aren't enough people in terms of like just population wise, right?
I don't get any shows. You literally watch your boyfriend like beat up a kid or like bully him or whatever, or something totally fucking disastrous as you're falling from a person he's like bowling or whatever, and eventually you're gonna cheat on him with this new guy or whatever. But you just watched your boyfriend like bully people for like your entire high school career and you did nothing? Like, what is wrong with you?
Ideally, I believe at least that our best future is a solar punk world. I don't want to go too much into solar punk because I will make another video about that, but like, look it up if you want to, just do your own research. But I love solar punk, and I really, really, truly hope that solar punk is our future, right?
Because this is what I mean, bro. What, like, when the guy asks, what on the street is, he's on thin ice. The other guy goes, what street, how thin, what ice? What type of response is that? Like, your dialogue is it has to be made by two different people, bro. Two different people. One who understands slang and stuff, and the other one who's like 40 years old and pretends like he knows like Gen Z slang or whatever.
In terms of like AI, I want to stop speaking a bit about like optimistic features and think more, and talk more about like, hey, what are some media that have maybe like expanded on this? And to that I say the show The Expanse. Totally recommend that. Love it. Love the show. Love the books. But in The Expanse, right, we have colonized Earth, we have colonized Mars, and we have colonized the Moon. Okay, and then we've colonized also like different space rocks, which people use to mine for like water and things like that. But again, it's a lot more complicated, and I don't really want to go into it because it's not the main point. But I definitely recommend if you like space and stuff like that. But in The Expanse, on Earth, right, there is a job problem. There are not enough jobs to go around. We meet a character in this who is speaking about wanting to be a doctor, right? And one of the main characters, a girl, she asks him, she's like, oh, are you a doctor? And he goes, I put myself on the list, I think it was like 20 years ago, and he's like, I'm still waiting to be called back, right? Like, people want to do these things. There are just not enough jobs to go around, okay? A lot of things become automated, there's just too much people, a lot is going on Earth. And a way the government tries to like ensure people don't just die, right? People still have enough money to get by.
I'm on my last one, guys.
The government basically subsidizes people, right? They have this thing called basic, which is supposed to provide people with like basic necessities. like the basic amount of money to survive, basic amount of things to survive. Even that isn't enough for people. And there are people who can't even get on basic. The show doesn't really go into it a lot. It said that, hey, like, if you aren't born with a birth certificate, if you just don't qualify for it, you just can't even get on basic. So you can't even survive off government assistance and things like that. Like, the earth cannot carry the amount of people that are on it. Okay? And this is like one of the worst case scenarios. This is a scenario where we see the trajectory we are going on and we do nothing to try to solve it. We do nothing to try to create solutions to the problem. We do nothing to we do nothing to like help the earth provide for the earth how it has provided for us. We do nothing in the face of so many challenges, and we pretend like everything is okay until everything is not okay. The problem is staring at us right in the face, and we are forced to then try to solve something, even though we've had decades, okay, maybe even centuries at this point to try to solve it. We don't do anything until it is too late, until we physically are forced to do it, because burying our hands in the sand was better for our bottom line. It was better for the corporations' money. It was better for governments. It was better for this. It was better for that. It was better for anyone but the people. Okay, that is our worst case scenario. So let's come back to the present. Let's come to now. AI, it's brand new and it's going full force, speed on ahead on a train that seems like it's about to crash into a wall. We're all just on it waiting for it to crash, right? Because there are no regulations for AI currently. There's just a lot of people making a lot of videos, a lot of prompts, a lot of photos that are arguably stolen. I mean, I would argue it's just stolen, right? A lot of people would argue it's not stolen, but it's a whole debacle, right? Whether or not AI art is stolen or not, the yays and nays, it's a whole different video on that. But the problem is, we are still just starting off, right? There's no regulations on this. You would think our government officials would have hopped on this and tried to do something. I know there have been a couple bills that have been thrown around, a couple of solutions that have tried to have been done, but nothing has been done yet. And this is an ongoing problem that's only going to keep getting worse. And I have no faith. I know I've been talking about optimism and all that, but I'm sorry. I have no faith that our government is going to try to regulate corporations. It sounds like a funny joke to me, really. But, I mean, one can hope. Really, 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 really hope.
Dirty as fuck. I have to go wash it. I also realized that I wanted to limit my contacts because at first I tried the whole thing. First I called them and I was doing it, and then my credit card has a $500 limit and I was already at $260 or something, but a lot of the charges hadn't gone through, so I didn't think I was, so I called them and tried to do it and it won't go through because the contacts themselves for 6 months supply is $280 something. So then my credit card, I was using my debit, but you can't use your debit on through the phone, you need to be in person to do it. So now I have to go in and do it. However, they close at 3 p.m. today because it's Memorial Day, and I'm like, well, I have to go through my routine, deep clean everything. So first hair, if anyone was wondering, it's very nice. And then first dry brush, right? Lactic acid body wash, or Bath and Body Works a body scrub. Okay, I use an African net sponge. No, it's not every day that I use scrub. I probably use a body scrub 2 weeks. I want to try to do it once every week though. I'm gonna do my face first. Whoever decided to commandeer the bathroom where I have to take my shower. With Curo butter. This is a grapefruit body butter by Trader Joe's. Body oil. I'm not gonna last. It's really last. I know you guys can't smell this, but it smells so good, bro.
Don't even get me started on the environmental impacts of AI. It really just pisses me off because the solution here is for us to just have better renewable energy. And I would scream nuclear energy from the top of my lungs. Okay, a couple of nuclear disasters and suddenly nobody wants to use nuclear energy. Please can we get some more nuclear power plants in America? We need them. We really, really, really need them. And there are cons to nuclear energy as well. Okay, I agree with this. But it is our best bet as of right now.
Okay, what's onto my face? I'm never gonna be done at this point, bro. I have 6 hours into this. Wash, toners, lost my super glue. Who knows if there's any left in Wilson, and we're gonna be doing a turmeric face mask.
And corporations with their race to the AI finish line, are they even going to look back to see if there's anyone left to cheer them on eventually? And the solution is there are some very, very cool people out there who are very, very, very knowledgeable and have some very, very nice big brains, okay, who have studied stuff like this, who've studied economics, who have studied ways in which we can ensure, like, utilize AI to help humanity as a whole. Okay, they're smarter than me. I promise you, they're smarter than a lot of y'all watching this, I bet. And they could come up with real ways we can use AI in helpful ways. Would corporations and the government listen? Who knows at this point? Honestly, I fear I have no clue at any point in time what the government may do anymore. Okay, that ship sailed a long time ago. But there are just many ways in which we can be using this resource, this tool that we have formed, that we have created. The way in which we're using it now, not the optimal way, not the best way to be using it. And I think my fear is that we're never going to use it in an optimal way. We're never going to utilize it how it should be utilized. It brings me back to the point in which, hey, we could solve world hunger at any point in time. We just choose not to.
Hello. I'll be back in like 30 minutes, 40 minutes. It takes forever to dry. So yeah, check in at like 10 minutes or something. It was starting to drip, so I had to come back and like make sure it doesn't drip. And I try not to move my face too much to cause the crack. So I'm talking like I have Botox or something, or fill or whatever. So we're gonna start here actually. This actually kind of hurts. Let me just put it here. And brownish white. Let me just put it here. My face feels like it just got peeled off. Ow.
Like, problem is it's moving so fast right now that I have no clue where we're gonna end up. Like, even a year from now, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, so on and so forth. Like, there's so many ways we could go, right or wrong. And it always feels like the doomsday option is just one button away. Like, when given the choice, we're always gonna pick the wrong one. And I know I was just being optimistic. I was just saying, hey, solar punk, hey, we can use this for good. I say this, I try to think positively. But there's always a part of me that's just like, okay, we have this option, we have the opportunity. Are we ever actually going to utilize it? Are we ever actually going to move forward? Because there are many ways in which currently in America we are regressing. Okay, there are people out here who are against moving forward, against being progressive, okay, against the very notion of adapting and changing and bettering. Okay, they're like It is a crazy thought to me, but there are people out there who actually want
It is what
this.
it is at this point.
So I can't really speak
I'm
on
not
how we're
ready
gonna
for
be
that.
in 5, 10 years
If I
because
wanted to be perfect, I
I
would have
fear I
spent
have
the
no
money to go to
understanding
a
of
professional
humans, like at all. Because
decorator.
some things genuinely do not make sense to me at all. Sometimes I feel like I'm AI, I'm a robot. Because why are these humans out here acting like this? You know? But like we have solutions, right? And one of the solutions is not to just not use it. Okay? Ignoring the problem isn't gonna make it go away. Saying nobody should use it, no one's gonna do that, right? It's here to stay. We need regulations, yes. We need to get rid of it totally. No, I disagree with that. Okay, the solution is how can we use it to improve all of our lives, the expanse of none. Okay, I know this is a foreign concept to some countries, but there are ways we can do things for the betterment of everybody without having to exploit anybody. I know, crazy. All in all, I hope for the best but prepare for the worst. Okay, I'll do anything I can in my little meager life to try to improve humanity, to try to improve us all. You know, help people out when they need help. Do the little things. Be the little person. Try to do things that, in turn, would, as a cog in this machine, ensure that we all somehow have a future to survive in. But it takes more than just one person. Okay, and I'm gonna keep hoping and
Okay,
keep
guys.
dreaming for the better
I'm finally
world.
done the nails. Oh my god, my battery's about to die. I'm not done. And then the toenails. Well, I don't know if you can see that. The toenails. I finished everything finally, and yeah, that was it. Thank you for watching.